Hello. In this video, we're going to look at question 5 for the review for exam 4. So it says the marginal revenue in thousands of dollars from the sale of X gaming devices is given by the following function. R prime of X is equal to 4X times X squared plus 26,000 raised to the negative 2/3 power. Find the revenue function if the revenue from 120 devices is $25,879. Okay, so since this is the marginal revenue, the actual revenue function, R of X, will be the antiderivative of your derivative function, which is 4X times X squared plus 26,000 raised to the negative 2/3 power dx. Now, in this case, it's best to use U substitution. So I'm going to say, let U equal what's in parentheses, in this case, X squared plus 26,000. That means that du then would be 2x dx, but I don't want 2x, I want 4x. Multiply both sides by 2, that gives me 2 du. It's equal to 4x dx. Good. So it means that the revenue function in the u space instead of the x space here will be 2 with a du here instead of the 4x dx. And instead of x squared plus 26,000, that would be u, and keep the exponent as negative 2/3. Good. So using the antiderivative here, add 1 to the exponent, that makes that to the 1/3 power, and then multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal is 3, so 3 times 2 is 6, plus a constant. Now replace u with what it is, which is x squared plus 26,000. So that's 6 times x squared plus 26,000 to the 1/3 power plus c. Now I'm perfectly fine leaving it like that. Now, if you want, you can replace the 1/3 power with a cube root function, but that's fine. But notice that I need to find c here. In order to find c, notice it tells me that 120 devices is $25,879. Now, X is the number of gaming devices, and R is in thousands of dollars. So what that's telling me is that R of 120 is equal to 25.879. Good. Now, since that's the case, that means that if I plug in 120 for the X here, that gives me 6 parentheses, 120 squared plus 26,000 raised to the 1/3 power plus c has to equal to 25.879. Fantastic. And I'm just going to go type this into the calculator. So in the calculator here, we have 6 parentheses, 120 squared plus 26,000, close parentheses, raised to the 1/3 power. And notice that gives me 205.8788366. I'm going to round it to the 3 decimal places here. So C is approximately equal to 205.879. There we go. So the revenue function is 6 parentheses x squared plus 26,000 raised to the 1/3 power plus 205 point no, my apologies. I need to subtract that from the 25.789. So minus the 25.879. I'm on the opposite signs here, so I'm going to change the sign to negative. Oh, right around exactly negative 180, minus 180. There we go. That's better. So minus 180. And that is the revenue function. Good. And so it asks now, how many devices must be sold for a revenue of at least $30,000? Now, what that's really asking is, what is X when R is equal to 30, basically? In other words, when is 6 times x squared plus 26,000 to the 1/3 power minus the 180 equal to 30. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this in the calculator. Go to y equals, clear anything in there. In y1, type in the left-hand side, which is 6 parentheses x squared plus 26,000, close parentheses, raised to the 1/3 power, then outside the exponent, subtract off 180. In y2, type in the right-hand side, which is 30. And then on my window, I'm going to do x being from 0 to, well, at 120, it was only 25.89. So let's make that, say, maybe 300 for the x maximum. And go by 50s, and we'll be able to see that better. Y minimum will be 0. Y maximum, well, we have to be at least at 30, so I'm going to make that at 40. And I'll go by 10s there. And then on the graph, here's what we see. Notice we see the revenue function, and then we see the 30. And it's going to intersect right here. And we want to find that intersection. So do second trace, and the intersect is number 5 here. And then just move your cursor to, well, fairly close to the intersection there, and click enter, enter, enter. And notice it says the intersection is 129.90381. Now, X is the number of gaming devices, so that's the exact value. I'm going to go ahead and round it because we have to go up always here. So X is equal to 130. So it needs at least 130 devices must be sold. And there we go. There you go. That is question 5. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here and go on to question 6 in the next video. Have fun.